everyone, welcome back to Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube numbers tag. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name's Alice and I have way too many books. And today it's Tuesday, so it's Tag Tuesday, and I'm going to be doing the Booktube numbers tag. The Booktube numbers tag was created by Jim at Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. And Jim is quite a bit of a legend around these parts for the sheer quantity of wonderful tags that he creates. If you're missing out on Jim's channel, he has created an entire alphabet of tags, and now we have one about numbers. So do go and check out Jim's channel, which I will link in the description down below. I was kindly tagged by the lovely Elizabeth over at Bookhounds and Books, and I really love Elizabeth's channel and the way she talks in detail about books, particularly non-fiction. So do go over and check out Elizabeth as well. I'll link her in the description too. Question number 1 today. I think we've got 10 questions and they're all about numbers. Question 1 is, what was your first Booktube video? So the first Booktube video that I made was a TBR for the 1900 to 1950 readathon, which was a readathon hosted by Katie at Books and Things, and it was last May that this readathon took place. And so we're coming up on a year that I've been here on Booktube, and that video went out at the very end of April. So I had fairly recently discovered Booktube at this time and started to think that this was something that I would like to do. And I saw Katie did a video introducing this 1900 to 1950 readathon. And I thought, I bet I've actually got enough books on my bookshelf to do that whole readathon without getting any extra books. I wonder if I can do it, that would be fun. So I went and looked at my shelves, I found a stack of books that would work for the prompts, and I decided that it was the perfect time to take the plunge and start my Booktube channel. Yeah, I made a video talking about the books. I'm really glad that I did a readathon as my first TBR. It's definitely a video where I am very nervous. I didn't realise when I turned on the camera how nervous it would make me, and I would hope that I've improved slightly over time, but yeah, it was a TBR video. Question 2, how many books are you currently reading? 3, possibly you would say that only 2, but I'm going to go with 3. So this month I've been being much more sensible than I was last month about how many books I'm reading at once, and actually up till today, which is the 7th of March, I've been trying to read 1 book at a time, which has been good. But today I've started 2 books. I've started What I Loved by Siri Hustvedt. I'm reading this as a buddy read with Sandy over at MsReads a lot. I'll link her channel in the description down below as well. So I'm really looking forward to this buddy read, but I've only just started the book. Secondly, I have started today as well, Those Bones Are Not My Child by Toni Cade Bambara. And this is for AJ Dunn's Killer Reads Thriller Month Book Club. This is the March pick for that, where we are reading I think it's the top 60 thrillers of all time according to Penguin. And this is one I hadn't heard of before, so excited to get into this. And so far I've only read the prologue, so that's new to me today as well. And the third one, if you can count it, I've had on the go for a long time, so you'll probably know what it is. It's good old Don Quixote. And I haven't actually picked this up yet in March, although it's my mammoth, because I wanted to let the group that I'm reading it with catch up to me a bit, because I'm on chapter 20 and I think they will get to chapter 20 this week. So I'm definitely going to be reading some of this week, and I'm going to try and read a little bit every day to try and crack on with this mammoth. So yes, three books I'm currently reading. And speaking of 3, question 3 is, what were the top 3 books you read last year? My top 3 favourites were in 3rd place, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Absolutely loved reading this for the very first time in December. I did make a video of my top 10 of the year, so if you'd like to go and check that out, I'll link it up here for you. The other two in my top 3 were both books about books, and I found it very hard to separate them, but they were Bookworm by Lucy Mangan and Dear Reader by Kathy Rensenbrink, which are both absolutely wonderful accounts of childhood reading, reading in general, books and how they affect you at different times in your life, and yeah, just absolutely 2 wonderful, wonderful books about books. I would encourage everybody to pick them up. Question 4 is how many books did you read last year? 122 was my number last year, which I found absolutely unbelievable. I think normally I would probably read between 50 and 60, say. My target was 62 books, and the year before I had managed to read about 43 of that target of 62. So to go that far ahead was just amazing, and Booktube has definitely really encouraged me to read more, so long may that continue. Question 5 is how many books have you rated 5 stars this year? 0. So if you've been here a little while, you'll know that I don't really place much emphasis on star ratings, but I do rate things out of 5. It's just that I don't really give 5 stars a lot. I hardly ever give 5 stars, so I think my top 4 of last year I gave 5 stars to, and I think the rest I gave 4.5 or 4. So a book has to be like one of my favourites of all time to get 5 stars. I'm very stingy with my stars, obviously. So none so far this year, but a lot of books that I've read, in fact the vast majority, have been 4-star reads. So I wouldn't say I've been reading bad books. It's just that I haven't had an absolute favourite of all time read this year so far. Question 6 is, do you have a reading target this year? Yes, I do. I've set my target on Goodreads at 72 books. And the reason for this target was I wanted to up it a bit on last year's target, which was 62. But I don't want to put pressure on myself to try and read 100 or over 100 again. So I came up with that really from, I want to read 1 book a week. That is from my giant TBR, to try and get that down below 150. And that would be 52 books. I'd also like to read another 10 books that are from other lists. So I wanted to read 5 more books from Penguin's top 100 of all time, and I also wanted to read 5 more, I think it was 5 more Shakespeare plays, yeah, something like that. And I wanted to read at least 10, probably 12, so 1 a month, new releases. So altogether that will be 74, but I set the target at 72, so we shall see what we shall see. Are you on track is the other part of question 6. So don't have my phone handy, but I think I've read 30 books already, so I'm well on track, yes. Question 7 is how many pages long is the book you're reading now? So let's have a look. Those Bones Are Not My Child by Toni Cade Bambara is 669 pages. What I Loved by Siri Hustvedt is 367 pages. And we all know that Don Quixote is over 800 because it's a mammoth. Without the notes, Don Quixote is 982 pages. So I've got quite a bit to be going on with. The next question is, how long are your videos? They tend to be between 10 and 20 minutes. That just tends to be where they are. I try quite hard not to go over 20 minutes unless it's a vlog or something where I've just got way too much to talk about, like a reader's guide or something that could be over 20 minutes. So I think some of my videos have gone up to maybe about 25 minutes. Don't think I've got any that are much longer than that. Tend to average between 10 and 20 minutes and try to keep them around the 15-minute mark. Do you have a favourite number? Number 15. This is the final question. Do you have a book on your shelves with a number in the title or on the cover? So, in the title, I have A Million for A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. And on the cover and in the title, we have Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut, which I read last year and didn't enjoy very much. I think that's it for this bookshelf beside me. Oh, I do have one more on this bookshelf beside me, and that is the Sherlock Holmes novel The Sign of 4. I also realised when I put A Million Little Pieces back on the bookshelf that right next to it, staring me in the face, was the title Station 11. So that has a number in the title as well. So that brings us to the end of the Booktube numbers tag. I will tag a couple of people, but don't feel any pressure to do this because I do know that lots of people have got way too many tags to do, like I have. I don't actually know who's done this tag before, but I don't think I've seen it on these channels. I'm going to tag Gemma at Gemma Books, and I'm going to tag Jennifer at Jennifer Loves Books, and if she hasn't done it, I'm also going to tag Sandy because I'm buddy reading with her at the moment, so Sandy at MsReads a lot. If any of you haven't done the Booktube numbers tag and you would like to, I tag you. That's all for today. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to hear from you in the comments with any of your answers to these questions. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll all join me again soon for another video all about books here on Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Bye for now.